Sheffield United.
Sheffield United.
Man United 2, Sheffield United
Swords,
the
whatever.
last team in the league, but United got the 3 points. That's all that matters, and that's where I'm here with Houston Red Army, and we are happy that we got 3 points. Yes, was it a great game? No. But at this stage in the season, it's 3 points that matter. Right, what was your take, my fellow namesake team? What was your take on it, mate?
You know, we scored, and we should have held our own and held our lead, and we let them back in like we've been doing a lot. Like we've been doing a lot. I talked about it. It's like if we hold out a lead for more than 5 minutes, we should be okay. Because a lot of times this season, when we've scored, we've just automatically been pegged back, and it's very much. Can I curse?
Yeah.
It's very much schoolboy shit. Like, we talk about it when we're growing up playing soccer. Like, we're supposed to, after we score a goal, settle down, compose yourself, focus up. Yeah. The other team's going to come at you, be ready for it. And instead of doing that, we're just all in our heads celebrating still, and we
almost
back.
let up a goal, and right after we scored,
Exactly.
It looks like they were about to score there right away.
Like, do we learn from these mistakes? What the hell?
It hasn't seemed like we have. We've been very.
Lackadaisical, nonchalant.
Gotta be clinical. If
we don't have that killer touch.
We had chances to win that game by at least 3 or 4 easily.
Exactly.
The Garnacho chance, the Rafa chance, the Bruno chance, Rasmus. Okay, keeper saved it, but we weren't good enough to beat this team convincingly. What was your take on it?
So the thing that I liked, well, first of all, what I didn't like is go after the game, put a few in the net,
right.
Win comfortably. Show that you are not
struggling.
Place.
Exactly.
Show that you are actually a team in command of your football.
Dominate.
However, we finally saw, in some ways, it's kind of weird, and we'll get to this, a back line that was playing off of each other a little bit.
Oh yeah.
We saw like interchanges between Evans running up and Maguire doing this, and then we saw even Lindelof doing this, and so. For whatever reason, this is a makeshift defense. They had some chemistry, so I'm inspired by that. I'm inspired by the fact that we had 2 balls that went off the woodwork. We had shots. We finally were taking shots. You know, it was game of inches, okay? Rashford's 47th minute shot or whatever it was, you know, another foot that would have went in.
Yeah.
Bruno's 5 inches down, that would have popped in the net. Garnacho's, you know, so...
Amrabat's shot.
So I'm just saying, it's like we are actually taking shots. Yes. Yeah. So it's kind of like, oh, wow, they're settling in a little bit. Let's just see if we can continue to take the charge.
So after getting the 3 points in a tough game, Sheffield United, I noticed when United when they want to do a breakaway, they just take the player down. Anthony got fouled so many times that it was unbelievable. Yeah. But they're just trying to do what they need to do to survive. Mm-hmm. But they're not going to do that on our clock and on our watch. We are not going to tolerate that. Yeah. We have City next week. We needed that confidence booster. Could you imagine losing to Sheffield United today?
It's possible. We almost did.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know the fan base, Ten Hag out, or Nana this and Nana that. I thought he did well. What was your take on Nana today?
He did well. I've had this stance for a long. I've had this stance for a while.
Let it all out.
You know, keeper was necessary to change. I've always thought it was maybe 3rd or 4th on our priority of list of things to change. Yeah. De Gea did the job. David did the job last year. He was Golden Glove winner. He did the job last year. Put the right people in front of him, he would have done the job again this year. And we could have I love what Onana's done to the team, and he's reinvigorated the style of play that we have. Yes. But I would have loved to see that $40 million invested in other places so that we could have been competent. Yeah. You know, we're getting back to competence now, but there's still, you know, he's doing well. And like Ten Hag said, he's got to get the confidence back himself. He made some good saves today. There's some that I wish he would have caught, but, you know, to each his own. He did well. He did well. He did what he needed to do. He made the saves that he needed to make.
Right.
And he showed why we got him by playing out passes from the back where they needed to be.
Right. What's your take on Onana?
So I thought Onana did okay, you know, and okay by you got to do the bare minimum as a keeper.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
There were times when I was holding my breath when we would play out, and you know Evans or Amrabat when he'd be dropping in the defensive line would pass it back and say, "Oh no, just push it forward," you know.
Right.
But we figured out a way where he didn't make any of those silly mistakes. he almost got there for the penalty shot. It was a wonderful
that penalty was well taken.
I mean, it was a well taken shot, but he was close. So that's all you can kind of ask for, really.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's just, there's a difference between all you can ask for and being electric. Mm-hmm. And if you want to be in the position where you are Man United and you want to be successful as a club and you want to be winning, all you can ask for is that's a bare minimum. Right. We got to be beyond the bare minimum.
Right. Amrabat today. What did you think of Amrabat today? Playing by himself, no Casemiro, by himself. What do you think he played the ball? He played well in that role by himself with Scott McTominay beside him.
He played well enough, about as well as I would have expected him to play. He was everywhere on the field as usual. He has the legs to do it all. We saw the shot that he got off, and that's one of his bread and butter shots. He likes to linger at the top of the box and just finish from there. And if we can get him in those positions, we should be fine. I think with him in the midfield next to Casemiro, whenever Casemiro does return, regardless of whether or not Casemiro's legs have gone, he will be fine they'll both be fine to operate and do what they need to do together. Right. Separately, Emrat can do the job by himself. But it looks like when we have Casemiro in, Emrat will be needed to be in so that he can control
carry the ball.
Can carry it forward and control that tempo, doing what Casemiro used to do, whereas Casemiro should now just be the Busquets' shield in front of the keeper.
Right.
Casemiro should just learn from what Busquets did, transition to being a fulcrum in front of that defense and relax about going forward. He had a good time.
He's our top scorer.
He's our top scorer. He had look. He came from Madrid where he was that fulcrum point he was at pivot point, and he got to be a star for a little bit. And he got that taste of glory, and he was like, I want to be forward. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I understand, buddy, those goals feel nice, but that last man tackle could feel just as great sometimes.
Yeah. But the concern, and I don't mean to cut you off, is just like we are not La Liga.
No, we're not.
Busquets has some time on the ball. Mm-hmm. Obviously, still has time on the ball.
Not in the EPL.
MLS.
The EPL
but
too
in
fast.
EPL, people are always constantly running.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's not so much of just even a second and a half to survey and then distribute. That's what Busquets benefited from.
Yeah.
And so I am worried about that here. I think the great thing about Amrabat is we're showing that we've got multiple people that can begin to play that position.
Yes.
We've got Kobe coming back. Finally, I heard he was playing behind closed doors. I think he's obviously was not fit enough to make the bench today, but apparently we may see him this week. Right. So all this is like we've got multiple people now that can slot into their roles, and the question, since now we get back to 1 hog, 2 hog, 3 hog, 4 hog, it's like, can you make use?
I love that.
Can you make use of all of this?
Yeah.
And I would say I was excited to see how they were doing that. Again, going back to the play between center defensive midfields and the back line, you could finally see something. It's like, oh wow, there is some interplay. Lindelof is playing in the back, but then he was on the front of the 18. I was like, oh wow, they got something. They're practicing something.
It's almost comical what happens when you have players that play their actual positions.
Amrabat playing on the left wing was a disaster. We saw it.
He did the job at left back. He did what he needed to do, but he's not a left back. We signed him to be a center midfielder.
Right.
And now, we have Reguilon. I thought Reguilon, he would be back.
And he could put some crosses in.
Look, he'll be back. We're gradually getting, like you said, these pieces back to where, even though we're 9 games in at this point, there's still 29 whatever, how many now? Was it 38 games total?
Yeah.
29. Yeah, 29 again. So we have plenty of time to make up
there is, and there's an improvement there's games to improve on. So let's talk quickly on Dalot's goal, the winning goal.
He can strike it from distance. He loves to strike the ball.
Typical Portuguese. They
man. He just picked it out. We got robbed of 3 worldlies today from what we talked about, the Amrabat one, the Bruno one. Yeah. Bruno had 2 where he should have just fouled the corner.
Yeah.
He hit the corner once. He missed the corner the second time. Rashford barely missed one. We finally got that bounce with the Dalot goal.
Right.
That's what it was. The keeper touched the ball, but we finally got the bounce that we needed to where it's like, hey, everything has been just off by just a little bit, whereas this is the one that we hit that was right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And, it felt good to finally get that one that broke the right way versus everything that breaks the wrong way.
Right.
Yeah?
So how did you feel the Dalot goal?
I thought Look, it was a great hit, and I'm glad to see him hit it. I'm glad that he tucked in enough where he could shoot it. So often we see Dalot like off in the corner, where he's just got to do a little dance, and that's all he can do, and then knock it back, and then we recycle. Finally, he was close enough in where he could take a hit. I'm glad that they're taking the hits. It was a little bit of a lucky touch from the goalkeeper. When you look at it again, it was like a foot in, and so it could have been parried out a little bit. But it was parried out in the back of the net, partly because it was strongly
We don't
in.
care.
We don't care. I'll take it.
We'll take it. We'll take
it's
it.
a great hit. But can we talk about the McTominay goal, though? You know, someone that's really under pressure.
He's improved, and I like it. McTominay's always had an eye for goal. His role under Ole, he played more defensive with him and Fred as the McFred partnership to sit in front of that back four. So they had two people doing the job of one person.
But
you know what I mean? Which was sad.
What we're seeing is like he is a forward-minded. He's not a center forward. Don't get me wrong. But the man has some opportunity
and he can shoot
to
too.
show that he's tall. He's strong. He runs a lot. He can shoot.
He can control
and
and
so
shoot.
maybe right behind Holland, as he was playing today, this is a perfect position. Again, allow the man to just go be a bulldog and take the shot.
100%.
And look, he's been under attack by so many in the fan base. But I'm just like, on the days of Lady Catherine and Sir Bobby, there is no one that really epitomizes coming through the academy and like living our values as McTominay, really, to be honest with you.
100%. So, Houston Red Army, we're here. Also want to just say our respects. We lost one of our very, very institutional, this guy, Man United Mike. Most of you seen this guy in most of our videos. The guy who's always celebrating and, very excited. He's literally Man United. True. All through his blood.
To the bone.
We lost him last week. I would just want to say, Man U Mike, rest in peace. We are here with you. Rest in peace, brother. Man United won today. We know you would be celebrating with us, but we know you're in a good place now. And United will go over 3
You
points.
were raised in a glass with all of the legends.
There you go.
Sir Bobby, you name them. Okay?
There you go, Mike.
So thank you, Mike. Thank you for being a presence to us, for leading the chants, for leading the passion. We are here in Houston.
When we were singing, he's always singing. Sometimes when it's so quiet, Mark could bring a song out, boom, we're all up and running. But from all of us, glory, glory.
Glory, glory, Man United.
Glory, glory, Man United. Glory, glory, Man United. And the Reds go marching on. See you guys next